It's reminiscent of a time when the only thing worth looking forward to was the sunrise. And now we hold these comparisons, trying to replace sincerity with embarrassment. What a waste of a quickly fading moment. Why neglect the best thing that you've ever known? Definitely an irrational decision, fashionable wisdom that's distracting you from listening. And you never want to lose that feeling. Sunday afternoons with picture perfect sceneries. Letting go is something you will never do for a summertime romance with the right revenue. This is what Hollywood makes a living on. Handheld, heart-wrenching teardrop sing-alongs. When it comes to an end, you'll find me here, standing in the rain, waiting for the storm to clear. We reminisce over good times and breakups, best friends, enemies, and everything that makes us. We reminisce about love in the best ways, taking us right back to the beauty that was yesterday. We reminisce over good times and breakups, best friends, enemies, and everything that makes us. We reminisce about love in the best ways, taking us right back to the beauty that was yesterday. It's reminiscent of that minute when the only thing you cared about was breathing in and living. Wash away the competitor inside of you, set it in the fireplace and cover it in lighter fluid. Burn the process of soaking in imagination. The calculation of contentment needs your validation. Tamper with the final product if you deem it safe. You can recreate the ones you love if you just lead the way. Arm yourself with the deadliest of memories and sterilize and kill the development of penalties. Figure out when and where you want to travel to, the time and place with the person you're attracted to. Every day can build itself is the best you've had. If not, then optimism is the cure to get you back. Common ground is a sturdy place to rest your eyes. The thought of yesterday will truly leave you mesmerized. We reminisce over good times and breakups, best friends, enemies, and everything that makes us. We reminisce about love in the best ways, taking us right back to the beauty that was yesterday. We reminisce over good times and breakups, best friends, enemies, and everything that makes us. We reminisce about love in the best ways, taking us right back to the beauty that was yesterday. Anything that ever made your heart rate, similar to running from the cops or a first date. It took time for music to find its right path. Blinded by oppression, now it's made the choice to fight back. Living by the corporate code of corruption, it takes one to teach one the layout of seduction. Prosecute the perpetual predicaments, punishing the listener by handing out permission slips. We've lost touch with the importance of feeling. We've lost contact with our keen sense of hearing. It's up to music to alter its appearance and reinvent itself instead of shopping for a clearance. Go ahead and try to simplify the problem, and you'll find yourself in El Segundo with an empty wallet. Given the state of the modern individual, it doesn't mean a thing if you don't understand this ritual. Music is an open airway to ecstasy. Let's play with fortune and fame along with destiny. At the end of the tunnel there is a bold path that we'll explore, so music will get its soul back. Welcome back to the time and the place where you first fell in love with the things you embrace. Welcome back to the days of enchantment, attraction, delight, and a fascinating passion. Welcome back to the pros and the cons, the albums, the fashions, the friendships, the songs. It's nice to meet you, relax and just sit tight. This is the feeling that'll make you wanna live life. Welcome back to your single inhibition of letting everything go and striking the ignition. Moving forward on a tedious adventure, a meaningful selection of your favorites and the best hits. Become one with your arrested development. Change for the better, cause the rest is irrelevant. Remember how it felt to live spontaneous, inside yourself and outside of the radius. Marvel at the magnificence of your first love, your first kiss, your first time, your first crush. Does it not make you wanna travel back to that moment in your life just felt right? Turn on the radio and get the manual, so the music and you become compatible. And when it's over you'll know just what to do. Welcome back to the best thing that happened to me, and now to you. Welcome back to the time and the place where you first fell in love with the things you embrace. Welcome back to the days of enchantment, attraction, delight, and a fascinating passion. Welcome back to the pros and the cons, the albums, the fashions, the friendships, the songs. It's nice to meet you, relax and just sit tight. This is the feeling that'll make you wanna live life. We're never gonna make it out of here alive. The world's on its last breath, trying to escape and lift its body from this casket. A change of address and a set of new clothes, moving from the middle of the country to the west coast. This seems so right, but something feels tragic. We'll leave tonight so we can beat the morning traffic. When we arrive, we'll only talk about tomorrow and take it day by day as well as bottle by bottle. The state of how we live should not be color-coded. It instills a thought that our freedom is being stolen. This is the war that we never were prepared for, battling ourselves and the only ones that we care for. Righteous movement sparked by the lack of faith. Life is useless without a rotten aftertaste. On behalf of my mind and nothing more, the universe is starting to collapse from the inner core. The lungs of the world can't stand the pollution. Its heart isn't used to the constant abuse. The tears are the raindrops that die in the ocean. Slowly we'll drown until the next revolution. The lungs of the world won't survive this destruction. It doesn't have the heart to go on. The sun was a smile, now it's caught in an eclipse. The earth will soon die without a chance to be missed. The moon laughs at us with the constellations, built on a domino effect of impatience. One major source of protection here has failed and transformed security from powerful to frail. We're our own worst enemy, it's killing me that today's existence is a major liability. Friction mounts and it's ready to erupt. This will be the end, all silencing of us. And give it time, or at least give it hell. Surrendering should never be an option with appeal. Learn to balance out your unstable equator and seek guidance from a reliable crisis operator. Don't compromise your right to negotiate. Only speak when you know that it's appropriate. Use the knowledge as well as a common sense. Waiting for a compliment reveals your lack of confidence. The lungs of the world can't stand the pollution. Its heart isn't used to the constant abuse. The tears are the raindrops that die in the ocean. Slowly we'll drown until the next revolution. The lungs of the world won't survive this destruction. It doesn't have the heart to go on. The sun was a smile, now it's caught in an eclipse. The earth will soon die without a chance to be missed. I don't wanna be a part of this argument, giving contributions to the lives that they're targeting. Every person is a victim and a murderer, taking pieces from themselves and cautiously burning them. I am not a figment of imagination, and you are just a figure from a bad relation. Thrown together in an overheated melting pot, we could save the world if we attempted to connect the dots. But we won't, because of simple traits of nature. The human life is too complex to save your neighbor. So let it all become a story for your kids to read. We're in no position to declare this war a victory. The world's legs are cramped, its oxygen is low, its heartbeat is faint, its vision's about to go. Why did we all wait so long to acknowledge this? Time's almost up, save yourself in your apologies. I turn the dial, this is a radio with guts, surrounded by empty bottles and cigarette butts. The only channel that can gain a clear reception focuses on issues closely linked to my depression. There are reasonable markets for this way of life, anchoring today and making sure that what we say is right. The corporations that are placed atop the pinnacle drain the very essence of the messages, they're cynical. The reciprocal respect that we have shown to them is underestimated by their agents and executives. So we fight with our words as our weapons, stating our beliefs inside of minutes and of seconds. This is my product, a shrink-wrapped confession, experimenting with the gods of personal expression. Destined to become another falling icon, stuck in rehabilitation trying to make the right song. Doesn't meet the credentials and expectations, I didn't think so, farewell to the degradation. The signal used to be clear and informative, now it wears designer clothes to cover up the porcelain. Let me see you dance and smile for the audience. Isn't this what you've been asking for from the start of this? If it's not, then why on earth are you still around, living as a poster child, transcending mindless crowds? I'm a vulnerable witness, living every day attempting to escape this mistress. As she follows me, she wants me to respond to her accusations that I've been doing this all wrong. But I just keep walking with direction, never giving her a chance to see me unprotected. Take a picture cause you're bound to forget this. Fame now, see you later, mark me off your checklist. Radio lost its individuality, now it's just a skeleton in need of a battery. No more flattery, just insults and theme songs. Artists only wanna be the feature of a ringtone. This here radio is different from the ones you know. The only obligation that it holds is to express its soul. Raise the volume and digest the music. This radio is inspiring the movement. I remember the radio was my best friend. Blues from the AM came alive through the FM. All the problems of the normal normalized environment, disappeared as soon as I adjusted the entire thing. There were days that I appeared to be unsatisfied, listening for that one song to bring me back to life. But as the years kept moving, I was still there, hoping for the moment that an artist showed they still cared. I don't know exactly how it turned itself to this, seemingly constructed for a teenage-driven populace. Every aspect was discussed with agreement to cut off the lives and dreams of those underneath the cement. So here we are with our stereo equipment, pushing better frequencies that all of us can live with. The antenna points directly at the North Star, looking to establish itself inside of your car. Radio lost its individuality, now it's just a skeleton in need of a battery. No more flattery, just insults and theme songs. Artists only want to be the feature of a ringtone. This new radio is different from the ones you know. The only obligation that it holds is to express its soul. Raise the volume and digest the music. This radio is inspiring the movement. The best of everything that life threw in our direction. You took the time to figure out your own intentions. I understood who I am and where I need to be. It turned itself around, now it's just another dream. Today they said the sky was falling, beware of the aftermath. Chaos and indescribable sights to fathom at. What we have lost will keep growing exponentially, blowing out your memories of overthrowing your defeats. Negativity may look to take the upper hand, leading you to concentrate on drawing up another plan. No more detours, no more brick walls, just an open road abolishing the common law. The pain will always be hard to forget, but easy to desensitize because you are the architect. Today should be the start of something new, a million thoughts, a little love with an idea for your building blocks. The sky doesn't have a limit, just a target. The bullets in your heart should prove to be the perfect object. Load the ammo, take a shot and break the clouds. If you died without a dream, then would your presence make a sound? We made the best of everything that life threw in our direction. You took the time to figure out your own intentions. I understood who I am and where I need to be. It turned itself around, now it's just another dream. The probability of waking up tomorrow with a smile and a clean slate solely is dependent on the feelings that may seem fake. Some are able to invent a way to cope with tragic circumstances when they're running out of hope. Every now and then it's difficult to realize how to ease your mind so all the scars have time to heal right. And if they don't, then be prepared for what may happen to your head, to your heart, to your thoughts and your enthusiasm. This is liable to sound a bit redundant to the veterans and experts used to having nothing, but at the same time it helps you feel alive. Every time you found a reason to survive, understand moving out and moving on, and your doubtful limitations will indeed be proven wrong. This is merely just an honest dedication to conquering our demons and the knowledge that we made it. We made the best of everything that life threw in our direction. You took the time to figure out your own intentions. I understood who I am and where I need to be. It turned itself around, now it's just another dream. This is for your tears, and this is for your strength, and this is for the years you didn't think you had a chance. Every night alone, and every day afraid, and every person that believed in all the things you'd say. The rejection, cold-hearted statements, sincere apologies with confidence and patience. Standard setback, complex arguments, recognizing who you love is nothing short of marvelous. The laughter, the boredom, the fist fights, the absence, the torture, the big lights. Appearance, emotion, endurance, determined to live life with meaning and purpose. The good times outweigh the bad ones, which leave you distraught and enthralled by the sad songs. Now the process to overcome is underway, so be content that we made it into another day. We made the best of everything that life threw in our direction. You took the time to figure out your own intentions. I understood who I am and where I need to be. It turned itself around, now it's just another dream. We made the best of everything that life threw in our direction. You took the time to figure out your own intentions. I understood who I am and where I need to be. I remember when I first crossed the boundaries, 14 years of age on the day that this found me. Influential elements in inspirational art magnified each other and attached themselves to this heart. Life was an evolutionary conversation with the gods that live before me in the future I'm creating. Mixed up and torn down a few too many times, I learned the ins and outs while the other children rode their bikes. There were differences among us, not to mention how I felt at last. Molding every minute is a contradiction to the past. Focused on conducting myself to be more than educated, promising those that I love that this was the end of the road and the person I hated. One revolution for the world is 10 for us. A mastermind exemplifying himself through the body of Gus. Latched onto key phrases, ceramic arms and legs, prosthetic innuendos tucked neatly beneath the bed. Starstruck the first time I witnessed a live performance, admiring the aspect of being opposite from the audience, poised to pursue the dreams and fantasies of music. This is as much a song as it is my evolution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I grow with the days and administer the lessons. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've fallen many times but never felt the need to run. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I strive to excel as a person and an artist. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I dedicate this life to my friends, family, and heroes. And that's when it all began. My abstract input came alive with a pen. I was smoking too much ism and ignoring all the messages. Lost inside my mind, could not complete my full sentences. I stayed calm and came across the gift of time. Together with awareness, I appreciated life. And I felt extra cool when we began this whole collective. Fuck everyone else who missed the satire of our perfection. Picked the shovel up and aimed it at the world's voice box. Floating a drip became monotonous with these devoid thoughts. Inside of rehab, I was singing the right hymns, convinced of who I am and more convinced with all my friends. Egos only make their way into the heads of failures, or the money in your pocket, or the drugs that you're inhaling. Who are you to think what you are doing is so productive? This is the family I have, the only people that I can't fuck with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I grow with the days and administer the lessons. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've fallen many times but never felt the need to run. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I strive to excel as a person and an artist. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I dedicate this life to my friends, family, and heroes. Let it fall into place, and we'll call this one grace. More or less what I'm in love with, give a kiss to her face. We have grown independently and recently as one. This process is a blessing that I'm glad to be a part of. Let it fall into place, and we'll call this one grace. More or less what I'm in love with, give a kiss to her face. We have grown independently and recently as one. This process is a blessing that I'm glad to be a part of. Let it fall into place, and we'll call this one grace. More or less what I'm in love with, give a kiss to her face. We have grown independently and recently as one. This process is a blessing that I'm glad to be a part of. Let it fall into place, and we'll call this one grace. More or less what I'm in love with, give a kiss to her face. We have grown independently and recently as one. This process is a blessing that I'm glad to be a part of. Knocked down by the toughest, picked up by a woman accepting my heavy luggage. I saw the world at the age of 15, and the people that can say the same were right there with me. The human mind can hold a fragile piece of data, conflicting with the proper functionality of matter. Then and only then will it appear with perfect clarity, suitable and from the heart with absolute sincerity. Promise me that you will give me all your criticisms, insightful stereotypes for cynical women. I only ask that you keep me from your love life, cause I don't wanna see Vegas again or its artificial sunlight. And I don't mean to sound so pessimistic, but I don't need another offering of best wishes. So let it become whatever it may become, and if tomorrow is the same, we'll know that it's begun.
Life is too short to let it just die, so take my hand and come with me tonight. And if we make it to tomorrow, there's no need to follow, the path will be inside of your eyes. Life is too short to let it just die, so take my hand and come with me tonight. And if we make it to tomorrow, there's no need to follow, the path will be inside of your eyes.
The passing of a week integrated with a month, in relation to the conversations we've developed from, signifies where we've been and what we have to learn. This communication is a privilege that we had to earn. I don't wanna skip the necessary steps to improving who I am with this contemporary mess. The scenery has been constructed for the photograph, and nothing really seems to be a problem that would hold you back. Modify the simple things that you would want to change, and I can promise you right now that I will do the same. Upon the ending wave of educating who we are, you will feel the acclamation of a lovely movie star. The final stage will incorporate the last position beneath commitment and above your former acquisitions. Sacrifice all of the adolescent lectures, basing this on instinct. I will dive into this head first.
Life is too short to let it just die, so take my hand and come with me tonight. And if we make it to tomorrow, there's no need to follow, the path will be inside of your eyes. Life is too short to let it just die, so take my hand and come with me tonight. And if we make it to tomorrow, there's no need to follow, the path will be inside of your eyes. Life is too short to let it just die, so take my hand and come with me tonight. And if we make it to tomorrow, there's no need to follow, the path will be inside of your eyes. Life is too short to let it just die, so take my hand and come with me tonight. And if we make it to tomorrow, there's no need to follow, the path will be inside of your eyes.
I watch it take its toll in every possible behavior, sitting in the corner hoping someday he would save her. But he didn't, it grew more difficult. In fact, he's the only reason why this whole commitment's not intact. Torn in two, forced to decide where to stand, but it grows to be intense when support can't meet demand. So I listen and take both sides into account. I'm attached to every team, preventing either one from drowning. Loosen up, there's no particular response that could heal these wounds and stagnate more of this loss. Let it out, let it fly, but don't let it die. Nearly 3 decades leaves me puzzled, asking why. I tried to immediately intervene and change this, multiply the difference and you'll learn to lose your patience. Say this might have a moment of redemption, holding me together is my mother's sole protection. Broken spirit, married to an ever-changing person, complicated everything and feeling undetermined. A father, teaching me to be the man I see, but I need to question lessons and create my own identity. Stolen thoughts, my childhood was based on their existence, but if they can't survive together, where's my hope to live this life to its fullest and succeed in a relationship based on where they landed? I'll occupy where the patience sits, making this a therapy session with what I write. Bury me beneath the melted wax of the candlelight, fighting for the happy ending promised to each other. It drove itself into a barricade of being stubborn. Lovers sworn to protect each other physically, suffering from detached feelings, corrupted symmetry. It came across as being easy for abandonment. Alcohol-induced phone calls is a mismanagement of a father-son bond, losing interaction. Now I sit in front of her and watch her kill the passion that she saved to live for the life of this one man, praying for the day that she would get to see her husband. South American culture doesn't seem to point the finger. South American culture is convincing him to leave her. North American culture is influencing her judgment. Move on, it's not worth all this destruction. A husband and fairy tale on the fly enthusiast, damaging this world of hers is just ludicrous. 6 months gone with the same explanation, still unimpressed with always being on vacation. Unemployed, just another ploy to leave the country. Hasn't seen the love of her life since he was nothing. With a little money he exasperated traveling, making me a witness to the bickering and battling. It seems like a soap opera adolescent program. Live now, leave later, welcome to my stone hands. They don't execute that signal of affection. The eyes are a window to a spiritual infection. Now I'm responsible to act as her fallback, her crutch, her brace, her rock, whatever you wanna call that. follow. A time to unload and start to feel what is hollow. I remember when he said that we were just the same. That's my inspiration to change, I'll recreate the name. Remember when he said that we were just the same. That's my inspiration to change, I'll recreate the name. Love won't bother to salvage a father. I didn't even wanna fucking write this song. Life stays stubborn, it won't help a mother. I didn't even wanna fucking sing this song. Time stays distant along with commitment. I didn't even wanna fucking make this song. Alone and apart, this dismantled the heart. I didn't even wanna fucking know this song. I didn't even wanna fucking write this song. I didn't even wanna fucking sing this song. I salvage a father, it won't help a mother. Along with commitment, this dismantled heart. I didn't even wanna fucking write this song. Time stays distant, fucking sing this song. To salvage a father, it won't help this song. Along with commitment, this dismantled heart. So let me explain exactly why I haven't let you go. First and foremost, it would have looked unprofessional. I told myself that I would make you top priority, meaning that protection was the main objective that was sworn to me. I know that you can stand up on your own feet, but sometimes it helps to not live life afraid and lonely. Each day that passes helps create another memory, and every December I think of you and what you did for me. It doesn't fall into categories of suffering, but more into the lines of teaching me about discovery. The boundaries have been dilapidated naturally, which led me to the center of a developing catastrophe. I did this for you and that's it. You're a proven star and this is why you can't quit. The road that you travel is your personal endeavor, so let's attack destiny and walk this road together. Your life is your life and you live it on your own terms, kicking over obstacles and screaming till your throat burns. It doesn't matter whom or what attempts to break your stride. You're stronger than the world, smart enough to stay alive. Your life is your life and you live it on your own terms, kicking over obstacles and screaming till your throat burns. It doesn't matter whom or what attempts to break your stride. You're stronger than the world, smart enough to stay. Now let me explain that it was not supposed to end in a faulty fashion. How could you ever make amends with a man that was holding back from ever moving on to a better life, away from all the things that made this song? And if I knew then what I have cleared from my confusion, I would put that decision with my New Year's resolutions, never to be seen again or brought to context in discussion with what we became and we accomplished. The fine line has been printed on my skeleton, promising to never make you take that trip to hell again. I read The Art of War and took the crash course, ripped out the articles and renewed the passport. I was the driver, you were the passenger. You were professional, I was an amateur. I took the shortcut, you used your instincts, and never let the anguish penetrate you skin deep. Your life is your life and you live it on your own terms, kicking over obstacles and screaming till your throat burns. It doesn't matter whom or what attempts to break your stride. You're stronger than the world, smart enough to stay alive. Your life is your life and you live it on your own terms, kicking over obstacles and screaming till your throat burns. It doesn't matter whom or what attempts to break your stride. You're stronger than the world, smart enough to stay alive. Nothing left to explain, I know I fucked up, period. Now I'm back at square one, the bottom of the pyramid. There are no ladders, there is no elevator. I'm walking awkwardly upon a broken escalator. I need a lifeline, or better yet a helping hand. Living in denial and disgusted in myself again, writing letters to an unresponsive reader, forgetting how to follow and becoming her own teacher. This never seems to want to reach its destination, pondering a day that it may see some restoration. Complaints and constraints of words, thoughts and intercourse. Love hates when one waits to pinpoint the troubled source. It's no surprise that we will not rekindle thoughts of discovering a new land, our own Plymouth Rock. I did this to us and that's that. I accepted defeat and you retain the last laugh. My life is my life and I live it on my own terms, kicking over obstacles and screaming till my throat burns. get better, I beg your pardon. I don't know how much whiskey I've consumed after splits with women and waking up in the bathroom. 4 nights have been dedicated drunkenly to the memory of my childhood. I'm stumbling through thick and thin on a path of destruction, searching for sobriety to help my body function. It's a struggle I participate in willingly, hoping that tomorrow has a little more simplicity. But I know it's a long shot to conquer this subtle dependency on alcohol and narcotics. Feel free to condemn my life to hell, cause I figured that you've all been walking the right trails. Feel free to condemn my actions openly, I figure by this afternoon you'll easily be over me. The sunrise doesn't make it okay to believe you're a success because you made it to another day. The sunset doesn't make it alright to concede in your decision to drink all night. The moonlight doesn't justify a thing. I would put down my drink if I could just find my keys. The open road shouldn't ever be an option to run away from right now and terminate the cautions. I don't know how many nights I've lost to a bottle and a mixture of these devastating thoughts. I don't know if it's all that confusing, but more often than not I feel that this is therapeutic. Give in to the temptress, how she walks, learn to adapt to the sexy way she talks. Her lips are a gateway to pleasure and multiplication of a tragic ending to this open-ended dating. Why am I a part of tearing myself limb from limb to overcome the fact that I may never love again? Fuck it, I'm not gonna play these games today. It's much easier to sleep it off, drink it away. I would like to thank the people close to me for understanding the definition of loss and the synonyms for damage. I would like to thank myself for all my problems. Tip another glass and let the alcohol resolve them. The sunrise doesn't make it okay to believe you're a success because you made it to another day. The sunset doesn't make it alright to concede in your decision to drink all night. The moonlight doesn't justify a thing. I would put down my drink if I could just find my keys. The open road shouldn't ever be an option to run away from right now and terminate the caution.
Baby, please don't let me go. Baby, please don't let me fall. Baby, please don't pass me by. Baby, please don't let me die. Baby, please don't let me go. Baby, please don't let me fall. Baby, please don't pass me by. Baby, please don't let me die.
It's not the type of song that makes you wanna think back to all the memories of loss inside your think tank. It's not the type of song designed for the long run. It's only made to last until the song's done. It's not the type of song for building your relationships. It's not a tool to tear apart where the sensation hits. Let it move into the realm of indifferences. Cross out the dissonance and focus where the wisdom is. It's not the type of song your friends will relate to, but they can all agree that it's a place you can escape to. Branch out and try to grasp the opportunity to make the next few minutes exist with continuity. Live strong in the eve of ever-changing nights, programmed to comprehend the feelings that the ladies like. Every minute has a chance to elaborate into something special designated for a Saturday. Pardon me for tapping into something delicate, but this is not the type of song that classifies as relevant to anything that took a second chance to figure out. It's simply here for you to concentrate on something else. Let it slowly turn itself into your favorite track, but not the type of song that contradicts the latest trends. It's not the song that I would pray for you to love, but you'll understand if you have a radio with guts. It's not the type of song that makes you wanna think back to all the memories of loss inside your think tank. It's not the type of song designed for the long run. It's only made to last until the song's done. It's not the type of song for building your relationships. It's not a tool to tear apart where the sensation hits. Let it move into the realm of indifferences. Cross out the dissonance and focus where the wisdom is. It's not the type of song diluted with intelligence, not to make you think excessively outside your elements. This came to be within a fraction of a second, to satisfy the customer without asking the questions. It's not the type of music relative to noise that interferes with conversations, drowning out your voice. It isn't part of an exhausted compilation, influenced by testosterone and self-gratification. Don't expect this to offend your way of life, only hold your expectations high enough to hear this right. Don't assume that this will offer a solution to overcoming debt or undermining your confusion. It's as simple as the last line's repetition. It's as simple as the last line's repetition. So don't eliminate its possibility to flourish, and don't anticipate the song to ever lose its purpose. It's not the type of song that makes you wanna think back to all the memories of loss inside your think tank. It's not the type of song designed for the long run. It's only made to last until the song's done. It's not the type of song for building your relationships. It's not a tool to tear apart with a sensation hits. Let it move into the realm of indifferences. Cross out the dissonance and focus where the wisdom is.
Love a man like this? Could you ever love a man like this?
He walked alone as if to say that this was at the end of it all. No drug abuse or running with the local misfits. It was that place in time discovering acceptance, admitting to his inaccuracies and imperfections. He only made it for a week or two with courage. The third week his body and mind became malnourished. Desire outweighed the strength of his support, locked within a mental prison in a trial and divorce court. He was a god amongst mortals, so he thought once. The family, the cars, the mistress with the soft touch. Soon he became the junkie of the neighborhood, abusing his wife for things that she would never do. Kicked out, contact the lawyers and authorities, and at that moment his life changed enormously. You can find him in the alley, in the corner he sits, panhandling in hopes to come across his next fix.
Could you ever love a man like this? The broken records revolving in a rainstorm of lies. Too many hopes, too many dreams. Would you ever believe that he was once like you? Could you ever love a man like this? A broken record revolving in a rainstorm of lies. Too many hopes, too many dreams. Would you ever believe that he was once like you?
She cried herself to sleep, regularly week by week, thinking of the man that captured her heart when he would speak. Since he's left, there's been numerous occasions, stabbing at her arms to relieve depressing sensations. She relives the night that he called and walked out, talking about the end and how he found someone else. How could this be? Marriage was the #1 topic, followed by raising their children without parental misguidance. And now she's here, drinking in her single apartment, with her diary of making love in every little argument. Constant predictions of the next phone call, staring at the clock by the window she knows he won't call. God-forsaken on a one-way to nowhere, suitcase in hand and a face emitting cold stares. Open the luggage, trade the contents at the pawn shop for a pistol that she loaded for the last time. Pop, pop.
Could you ever love a woman like this? A shattered spirit that is failing to move on. Too many hopes, too many dreams. Would you ever believe that she was once like you? Could you ever love a woman like this? A shattered spirit that is failing to move on. Too many hopes, too many dreams. Would you ever believe that she was once like you?
He had the looks and the power of wealth to build an empire in a castle that surrounds the queen and himself. They were the couple that the world would admire, a beauty pageant, Barbie flame retardant for the fire. Untouchable tabloids and photo ops, unreliable pictures created inside of Photoshop. The shovel hit the ground, digging up the dirt that the two of them had buried, so neither one gets hurt. Life was a whirlpool that drained what they achieved. Now they sit in front of one another in disbelief, speechless, worn down, pessimistic attitudes. Needless to say, they knew exactly what they had to do. split in two without the knowledge of correction. Controversy overwhelmed the strength of their connection. Going on separate paths due to infidelity. The ending isn't half as bad as heartbreak, it's killing me.
Could you ever love a man like this? Could you ever love a woman like this? Too many hopes. Too many dreams.
Too many dreams.
I've taken notes on the present, written songs for the past. I've created compositions, often mimicking a mask, hiding from myself again. What's that aroma? Just my observation resurrecting from its monthly coma. Drive-by passenger, holding up a hand grenade, singing with the radio on how he can't stand the pain. Driver is his best friend, a famous hypochondriac. He met him at the bookstore next door to the laundromat. That's where she works, always in a bad mood. Two pierced nipples and a body full of tattoos. Cigarettes and coffee, breakfast of a head case. Doesn't have the strength to help her brother, he's a dead weight. He doesn't have a job, he lives above the bar where the locals in the bar flies all know who you are. That's why she left him, nothing that the future held. Now in love with the first guy that acted like he knew her well. But he's abusive, treats her like a stranger, tells her of his last and now he hopes that he can change her. She calls her only friend, the last one standing, begging for advice because this life is too demanding. She doesn't have the time, has her own to deal with. 22 and pregnant with the secret she's concealing. Parents left her at the age of 9, holding on to burdens with an appetite to die. Her sister is a lost cause, fell into the wrong group. Heroin and unprotected sex has turned her on too. Many partners, no emotional connection, except for one, but he was killed when he mentioned the name of the source. A painful divorce established his reign as a dangerous force. He supplies 4 men with an ample amount. They infiltrate the city to disperse of the count. The first is a high school dropout, 16. He wants to rule the world by doing big things. The second is a graduate of college and intelligent, unfortunately unemployed and does it just to pay the rent. The third is a father of 3, stands out as a story that's been bothering me. He prostitutes his children and wrongs his wife. He doesn't understand, so he disregards his life. The fourth is a sad, sad song. His own son just wants to feel like a man, all grown up. He's standing on the corner with his innocence. His adolescent nature is indicative. He knows no better as a young child, and at that moment the populace heard a gunfire. The child lay dead in the street as a car speeds away and disappears from the scene. 2 male suspects identified from where the bodies at turned out to be the high school dropout and hypochondriac. Revenge was released as the motive to get to the source and disrupt his main focus. To get back the life of their brother, mistakenly killed in the shadow of another. He had a young child on the way, never to find out because his girlfriend was afraid. And the cycle keeps moving towards the next. The ex is the loved one's a semblance of someone. A poor man loses his son to a drug, to an addict, to an issue, to a gun. The end doesn't seem so appealing, it seems so depressing. We all know that feeling, but it continues in the same form and fashion. Unpredictable as long as fate is an assassin. This is a poor excuse for creativity, a backlash at my violated liberty. Stand close to me and you'll feel the panic. This is dedicated to unnecessary damage. I can still hear you yelling from the bathroom. I don't wanna leave now, but I know I have to. Who knows what happens after the death of laughter? I realize the termination of this chapter. It's in the best interest for both our bloodstreams. My veins connect to form a clot that's self-destructing. This relationship was nothing but a disease. I folded it to save it, but got lost within the crease. Now I open it, can't recognize the pictures. Blurred out faces and the bodies are disfigured. My memory doesn't serve me so well. The misery is merely just a mask I can't unveil. There's a history that both of us are tied to, underneath the arguments and faces that we lied to. Every second adds more fuel to the flames. I cut off the oxygen along with the pain. So let the story motivate the resurrection of what you threw away with no recollection of that night. The light was so contaminating. Here's the stain that has left me sadly waiting another chance to improve my response time. Something here keeps coming back to haunt my non-existence in the path you have chosen. My heartbeat stops and my lips remain frozen. It's colder than it ever was, shivering and glancing at the scars on my thumbs. Matchsticks would ignite when I snapped. Ask this man what he would do to get that back. Anything if there was one sober evening, a witness to your wants and everything that lies between them. Never lost in the fantasies of daydreams. This is reality confused with a maybe. I don't think this should be placed on the shelf. A re-evaluation of acceptance and of self. I boarded up every door inside my house, forwarding the messages to unknown accounts. I'm just a puppet, strung up to crucifixes, who will miss this abusiveness of wishes. Not the person that I thought I was, traveling through time on a search for love. So let the story motivate the resurrection of what you threw away with no recollection of that night. The light was so contaminating. Here's the stain that has left me sadly waiting another chance to improve my response time. Something here keeps coming back to haunt my non-existence in the path you have chosen. My heartbeat stops and my lips remain frozen. At the discretion of the listener's health, this is a letter that I wrote to myself, not to include any persons from my past. And present interactions are never going to last. I only travel to escape that sense of home. I only write cause it's the only thing I know. I only breathe for the people around me. I live for you all, but you could all live without me. You could all live without me, but you could all live without me. 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 This whole experience has taught me to believe the world, and most importantly taught me to have faith in girls. The aberration from a long distance payphone is as amazing as my friends, if I can say so. Day 1,
he's a rookie with potential.
Day 2,
here's a Lucy in a pencil.
Day 3,
knocking him out of the ballpark. No need to worry, you can see this kid is all heart.
4 days in a promising position. Lord, please save me from my ominous condition. I can hear the people waiting for the show to start, and I can feel the tension as we start to grow apart. I hope this made an impression just to move you, whether it be good or bad or just neutral. I landed here with a vision for improvement. You made the impact and I made the music. Thank you for your time, thank you for your tears, thank you for your words, thank you to my peers, thank you for the answers, thank you for the questions, thank you for the crash course, thank you for the lessons, thank you for your time, thank you for your tears, thank you for your words, thank you to my peers, thank you for the answers, thank you for the questions, thank you for the crash course, thank you for the lessons. From Denver to LA to New York to Scotland, I've grown up and managed to add here to caution.
You work twice as hard and it's open your options.
I've outlived the hardships and tackled my problems. Expired phone bills,
credit statement overdue,
years on a blank page,
minutes in a vocal booth.
This is the product,
now this is just soul.
This is my music,
your life on a hold.
And this time I won't kill myself with the same thing. Bad luck with women and heartbreak from ladies. I've cut ties and made my amends. This is where it ends and a new life begins. Thank you for your time, thank you for your tears, thank you for your words, thank you to my peers, thank you for the answers, thank you for the questions, thank you for the crash course, thank you for the lessons, thank you for your time, thank you for your tears, thank you for your words, thank you to my peers, thank you for the answers, thank you for the questions, thank you for the crash course, thank you for the lessons.